Today, the mecha anime I'll be recommending, Gaiking the Legend of Daiku-Maryu, is a remake slash reimagining slash sequel sort of thing, based on a series that was produced by Go Nagai and Toei back in the day. Which, interesting fact, the original Gaiking sparked a conflict for both Toei Studios and Go Nagai, as in order to avoid paying Nagai royalties for using his material, they gave the credit for the original Gaiking anime to different people, which of course led to a lot of legal action and bitterness for years to come. However, luckily they solved this issue and eventually went back to working together, which of course leads us to the anime I'm recommending today, which I should probably get around to telling you guys all about. This new Gaiking anime follows Daya, a young boy obsessed with finding and hunting down a monster he claims to have taken his father. Despite no one around him believing in his story, Daya trains for 5 whole years in hopes of encountering the monster from before. And as it turns out, this monster reappears in Daya's town, and this time he is ready to fight. However, as one can imagine, despite all the training Daya went through, he really has no chance in defeating this giant monster. Luckily, a mecha dragon ship known as the Daiku-Maryu comes in to aid Daya, giving him access to the super robot Gaiking. Once Daya defeats the monster, he learns that there are more in another world known as Darius, which Daya decides to join the crew of the Daiku-Maryu in order to stop these plans, as well as possibly find his father in this strange new world. Now this Gaiking is a pretty fun series. Sure, it's not as ultra badass as most modern super robot shows, as this one is a bit more oriented towards kids, with some episodes focusing on the very large crew of the Daiku-Maryu hanging out or getting into ridiculous situations, like having all the girls of the crew compete against each other to see who should be the crew's idol, which is something they need to cure themselves from a disease. Yes, this actually happens. Speaking of the crew, while none of them in my opinion are truly stand out, with only a good handful of them getting episodes to themselves, but it's their interactions with one another as well as the overall team that makes some of the lesser action-packed episodes still fun to watch. And thanks to having a large number within the crew, you're bound to like at least more than one of them along the way. Story-wise, Gaiking follows a sort of monster of the week-like formula, sprinkling in some plot throughout, while also occasionally having episodes fully focused on plot, and also a good amount of some goofy chill-out episodes like the idol one I mentioned earlier. Having this variety in episodes is pretty great for a series such as this, because the hardest thing about watching a traditional super robot series is that they burn you out pretty quickly, as you're basically watching the same thing over and over again with their Monster of the Week storylines. Of course, when you watch a super robot show, the main thing you care about isn't the story or characters, it's the super robot themselves. And Gaiking is a pretty cool one. Design-wise, I always felt the head could have looked a bit better, but I do really like its monstrous design with the horns and skull in its chest. It just gives it a really unique flair. Gaiking also has a very nice variety of moves, though some of them feel a bit too similar to Mazinger Z. Though I guess no surprise considering who the original author was. However, the coolest thing Gaiking does is when it unleashes its true power with these magic words. Aw yeah, and trust me, any episode that features a face-open scene is going to be a pretty damn badass one. Oh, and I can't forget, the opening song is hype as fuck. Then again, hype theme songs and super robots just go hand in hand. Overall, Gaiking Legend of Daiku-Maryu is a fun time with a good variety of episode storylines, a large cast of characters, and of course some badass robot action. And now that I'm thinking about it, this would be a good first taste for super robot noobs. I mean, sure, these series are definitely better to start off with, but honestly, if you have a younger sibling or friend who wants to learn or get into super robots, then this anime should actually do the trick.